Hey guys, Dr. Chris here from Accrue Health. At the office here, we get asked a lot of things in terms of how chiropractic care could help with different challenges that you are facing in your life. And so, one of the common things that we have heard a lot over the last couple of years is the topic of anxiety, not just for adults, but in particular for a lot of parents concerned about their teenagers. And so, in these last few years with COVID, with school and work from home, and just so much that's been going on in our culture and in our country, anxiety seems to be at an all-time high, and a lot of the research is supporting that. And so I wanted to put together a little video today for you guys for a couple minutes, giving you guys some context of how chiropractic influences and helps to be a support system for those that are struggling with anxiety in a natural way without the use of different chemicals or anti-anxiety or antidepressant type medications. And so before we talk about anxiety, I think it's really important to understand what anxiety actually is. Now, when we experience anxiety through our nervous system, which is our brain, our brainstem, our spinal cord, and really that communication system that controls our entire body. Now, anxiety is not just mental, and it is also not just physical. There are mental and physical and emotional ramifications that happen to us when we experience anxiety. And it's why we can't just, talk about issues or can't necessarily just medicate for these issues. A lot of times it really requires an entire body approach to deal with topics of anxiety and stress. And for all of us, if we kind of break it down, the basics of it is that we experience three types of stress as people: physical stress, mental emotional stress, and chemical stress. And when our body experiences stress, it causes our nervous system to respond in a fight or flight, what's called gas pedal type way. We have two sides of the nervous system in our what's called our autonomic nervous system, which is the gas pedal, which is that fight or flight stress response, and then the brake pedal, which is known as that rest, digest, recovery, healing side. And what we often find is that when we deal with patients or talk to patients or we do assessments on patients that are dealing with anxiety, we often find that there is an imbalance in this gas versus brake ratio. Just like driving your car, it's not that your gas pedal is bad or your brake pedal is good or vice versa. They're both equally important, but they serve different roles. And we need both of them to be working equally and in balance to effectively drive our car on the road. And that's essentially what our body needs too. We need the gas pedal to respond appropriately when our body needs to respond to stress and needs to do certain daily activities. But at the same time, we want that brake pedal to be working equally as well. And if the gas pedal is out of balance, if that gas pedal is working harder or is an overdrive, or the brake pedal is not working effectively, it can cause us to start experiencing a lot of the symptoms associated with anxiety, which is things like overwhelm, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, major worry, and just these feelings of constant stress that not only impact our mindset, but also impact our physical body and lead to tension, tightness, pain, discomfort, and all kinds of different things. And so the amazing thing about what chiropractic does is it works with your body where it is right now. And we understand that your body is designed to be healthy. But oftentimes when our body experiences these different stressors, especially from years or sometimes decades in the making, our body is out of balance. And through specific analysis and technology we use here at Accrue Health, and then specific adjustments that we deliver, we can help to allow that nervous system to come back into proper balance, allow everything to be functioning, healing, and adapting better. And when we do that, we see a nervous system that can operate in a much better balance between gas and the brake and not be stuck in this fight or flight, overwhelm, out of balance state that leads us to experience anxiety and often eventually depression type symptoms as well. Now, additionally, when we experience anxiety and chronic stress, it can impact a lot of things in our body. And so some additional benefits that chiropractic care is shown to impact is lowering of blood pressure. When we experience stress, our blood pressure rises, and that is a major contributing factor for all kinds of significant health issues, in particular heart disease as Americans, which is our leading cause of death in this country. And so having healthy blood pressure is a critical thing, and helping to bring the body back into balance neurologically and structurally absolutely makes a huge difference in that. The next one is the release of relaxation hormones, things like neurotensin or oxytocin. Certain hormones in our body are responsible for that fight or flight stress response. And then there are certain hormones in the body that are responsible for things like rest, proper digestion, feelings of joy and happiness and bonding to other people, or minimizing pain or inflammation in the body. There's all kinds of different hormones that do different things. And so when we get adjusted, it actually stimulates the release of those relaxation type hormones. And the final one is sleep support. See, when our body is not sleeping properly, it becomes a major contributing factor to things like anxiety and depression and impacted mental health and physical health. When our body is sleeping, it is repairing, and it is the number one time in our 24-hour day that our body is in a state of healing. And so if we are not getting good quality sleep, not only the proper amount of sleep, but really the proper depth of sleep, then it can really impact how our body is able to function, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And so chiropractic plays a critical role in helping the body to sleep better, bringing better balance to the nervous system, which controls our entire sleep cycle as well. So if you or your child or a loved one or a friend or a coworker, if anybody in your life you know has been struggling with anxiety, maybe they are taking medications for anxiety, but just want to think of what are more natural ways to help support that. Or maybe they want to avoid medications in the first place, and they're looking to see how can they support that. We would love to see if we can be a support, and to see if those anxiety type symptoms that they are dealing with or you are dealing with are really connected to nervous system imbalance, which is a key piece of the story of anxiety for people here in this country. I'm Dr. Chris with Accrue Health. Thanks again. Hopefully this is helpful today. Comment and ask questions below. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.